We are going live. All right, here we are.
Okay.
This is Tori Magoo 44, and I'm with my guest T, a voice down under. And you live where, T?
Hi, I live in Perth in Western Australia. Hello, everyone. I'm honestly so honoured to be here today, Tori.
It's so great to have you. It really is. Thank
Yeah.
you for coming.
No, thank you for inviting me. I'm on my phone, so everything looks really tiny. I might just put my glasses on.
You
Whoops.
look fine. You look fine, and mostly we want to hear from you, so that's fine.
Yeah, I just want to be able to see you.
Can you see me?
You're just very tiny at the moment. I'm not used to doing it on the phone, so I'm just trying to work out how to make you a little bit bigger. I don't know. All right, that's okay. I will make do.
Don't worry about it. So anyway, welcome to Tori Magoo 44. This is my YouTube site, and thank you to everyone who's on here now. There's a bunch of people, so that's good.
Awesome. I can't see anyone, so
Okay,
yeah.
so you've got Hagabasher,
Yay!
Ray
Hi,
Scott,
Haggis.
Marcy. That's good that you were here. And Moraz, is that how I'm pronouncing it right? Moraaz? Moraz?
I've got it on the laptop now, so I can see.
Oh,
Hello.
okay. Okay, good. And
Awesome.
here we are. And then Marcy is here, which is good. She's my moderator. And thank you for coming, each person. Cat's Meow. There you go. JB808. All right. Thank you. And he's saying aloha to you.
Aloha.
Yeah.
G'day.
Oh,
Good.
I guess Kelly is here also. Good. Oh, yeah, there you go. Hi, Kelly. Good. Good. So this is a good group. All right, good.
Awesome.
So,
I just sent some links through to Kelly as well because I'm not able to put them in the chat on StreamYard, if you know what I mean.
right,
Yeah. It all
right.
gets a bit confusing, doesn't it? This technical stuff.
I know it's so weird. It's like I don't know I don't know yet how to put up all these pictures and stuff like that. But Kelly's
Yeah.
gonna teach me.
Oh,
So
it's complicated, but then once you get the hang of it, they all change it. They change
I
everything.
know. Once you get the hang of it. So tell us about yourself. How did you get into this whole thing with Scientology?
Yeah. Where do I start? I guess I've always kind of had an interest in cults and how the mind control works, but also the human trafficking aspect of it. I used to be an advocate for exposing human trafficking and PDF file rings and stuff like that a few years back. I read Jenna's book when it first came out and was absolutely horrified, and just kind of went down the rabbit hole from there.
The first thing what was it you said came out?
When Jenna's book came out, Jenna Miscavige's book.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I just thought, as a child going through what she went through, it just absolutely horrified me and made me so angry as well, and I felt like I sort of went down the rabbit hole and learned more about it and why these cults do these things, and made myself very, very aware of all the different cults around the world. But then I sort of had a baby and did all that stuff and lived in the outback. And then once I've settled down, I just kind of wanted something to get my teeth into. And having been through a lot of trauma and abuse myself, I felt like I could really resonate with people in the community. And it's really taught me how important it is to help people, and it motivates me and inspires me to do what I do.
It's very therapeutic, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like, when I was in my darkest place and, I was isolated from my family, I was physically, sexually, emotionally abused, all of that, cut off from my family. And I didn't have anyone there for me, and I feel like I guess, want to kind of be the friend that I would have needed, if that makes sense.
Right.
Yeah, and just spread awareness. There's so many people that still don't know what Scientology is, or don't know what cults are and how they operate. So that's what I kind of strive to do.
That's good. Is it still not that people are not that aware in where you live?
Um, oh, hang on a minute. Sorry, what have I done? There we go. Sorry, I lost you for a second. Yeah, I do find that a lot of people I speak to on the street, that they aren't aware of it. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's how it was when
Yeah,
we first, Drew, who you see me with protesting, when we first met, I met him in 2008 when Anonymous came. And
yeah,
we started protesting a lot, you know, just doing, I call them flash pickets, where it's just because Anonymous was protest, they were announcing everywhere they would be. So
yeah,
Scientology, of course, would have these huge blockades set up to block everything. So I
yeah,
said to Drew and a few other people, there was like about 10 of us, and I said, let's just do a flash picket. They said, well, what is that? And I said, we'll just go somewhere other than wherever they're announcing, and we'll do a
yeah,
protest there. So we started
yeah,
doing that, and the more we did it, the more fun it was. It was really, it really, we really have had a good time doing it together. You know, and
yeah,
it's very educational. He was never in Scientology, but
yeah,
he's learned a lot from, you know, hanging around me and just being around Scientology. You just learn things, and you do learn
yeah.
about abuse, right?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I also have severe ADHD and autism, and I find that once I set my sights on something, sometimes I will hyper focus about it, and then, like, once I've down that rabbit hole, I want to know, I need to know everything about it. So I've studied all of the ins and outs of it, like, extensively. I've read a lot of the policies, and been through, like, I've learned all about the anonymous movement, just so much stuff, so many, like, mind control tactics, like loads and loads of different angles and aspects of it, which I've started to make videos. So I have a lot of projects on the go. I have one, so I actually break down some of Hubbard's lectures and then explain what tactics are being used in the lectures and how it can affect the human brain. Debunking some of the stuff that he's written, lots of things like that.
That's
Yeah,
a big help what you're doing. Ozzy
I
O
hope so.
said thank you, T, for all you've been doing. It's
Oh,
true.
that's Marie. Yeah, Marie is awesome. She's a great supporter of mine. I really appreciate her. Yeah, hope we can meet up very soon. She's over the other side of Australia. So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, I'm in one of the most, I think, the most isolated city in the world here. So I don't have anyone else to help me. So if there's anyone in,
Oh,
yeah, if there's anyone in Perth that would love to come and protest, please reach out to me. I would love that. You
I'm
know,
trying to think. Do you know Dave Gibbons by any chance?
who? Dave Evans?
Excuse me, Dave Gibbons.
No, I don't.
He's I don't think he's in Perth, but I think he's in Sydney. How far is that away from you?
Yeah, that's right that's right over the other side. It's about 5 hour flight.
Whole different world, huh?
Yeah. I've been over to Melbourne and protested there a few times. I actually organised the biggest protest in Melbourne since the Anonymous days. But yeah, it's just so expensive because I have to take my little boy with me, and it's about $2,000,
Wow,
Yeah, domestic flights are very expensive in
that's
Australia.
a long
So
way away.
it's not actually that far, but it's just the price. Yeah, so I just do my
Well,
best.
how did you went to London, right?
Yeah,
Recently?
yeah. So I'm originally from the UK, from Scotland actually. I used to have a Scottish accent, believe it or not. So yeah, I go and visit my family every year when I get my tax return. And yeah, and I do a bit of protesting over there as well.
And how was
Yeah.
that? Tell us about it.
So I met up with a couple of people that probably come on your channel. Jojo Bananas, Jojo Bananas?
Right.
Yeah.
I don't
and
know him. I know of the
like
name.
their name, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And then there's Irish Mart, who protests in Dublin every Saturday. I think she does, like every week she's out there,
Wow.
yeah, by herself. Yeah.
Oh,
So I met up with those two and they were amazing. And we went to Edinburgh and we protested outside the Edinburgh Org. And it was a really good, I thought, impactful, because so it's another one of my projects. Sorry, I talk a lot. If you want me to stop talking, please just tell me to shut up.
no. I'm really enjoying it. Thank you.
Because I know you like to talk as well, so I don't,
No,
no.
no, this is your interview. I'm interviewing you. I want to.
Okay.
If I have a
So
question, I'll go like this. I'll raise my hand.
okay. I just
Right.
have so much to get out. So we had quite an impactful protest, and I just want to show you something. Let me just grab thing. Hang on. Let's see this. It's very hard to show, but this is so this is a big list, okay?
Wow.
The list is let's put the mic back in. The list 21 meters long, so that's 69 feet or 23 yards. I don't know what measurements you use there. And it is a list of names of people's lives who have been cut short by Scientology.
I
And
saw it when Liz Gale brought it here to LA.
yeah, hers is a different list. Hers is all the children that have lost their childhoods due to Scientology.
Oh,
But the one I've made, a couple of people actually did it, I think, over a decade ago, and I've sort of picked up where they left off and then added another at least 40 names onto it from a decade ago.
How many names would you say are on there?
Getting close to 400.
It sounds right. I know so many people who passed away early on in Scientology while I was there. I mean, that was part of my waking up, because my brother would call me. He lives overseas and he was living in Spain at the time. And he would call me and he'd say, "How you doing?" And I'd say, "Oh, not so good. One of my best friends passed away." And one day he said to me, "Tori, I just want to ask you a question." He said, you and I are like 1 year apart. And I only know one person who's passed away. And every time I talk to you, another one of your best friends has passed away." And it was true.
Wow.
It was awful. But it really helped me start thinking, you know what I mean? It shows you how just something is, that's why I always say plant little seeds.
Yes, absolutely.
They stick in your head and you can't stop thinking about them.
Yeah, exactly. And that's one of the reasons why I made the list, because it is an extremely powerful visual,
Really?
And I hadn't actually rolled it out. So I've been, I made this especially for that protest. And it took me about 3 days to write it out. But I hadn't actually rolled it out because I had it rolling up while I was writing it. Like my mum actually gave me a rolling pin because I was staying at my mum's and we had like a spindle operation going on. Writing these.
Good.
Yeah. So we went to Edinburgh Org and I found out about a recent death that was in March of this year of a guy that was born into Scientology and he had special needs. He was 49 years old when he passed, but he had kind of the brain of a 5-year-old, And what was meant to happen was his mum was supposed to send him away to like a nice, I guess, like retreat, like cottage in the country and have like full-time quality care. And she ended up choosing Scientology over him and spending all her money on Scientology. He got put into kind of state care. He had a brother who had left. He left like 10 years ago, who offered to be his guardian and take him in and make sure he got the proper care. But they made sure that didn't happen. And he passed away. He passed away from sepsis. So he was getting like the bog standard lowest care,
Oh.
So yeah, so I put his name. I made sure I put that name at the bottom of the list, so it would be the first one you see. The ED came out, and I said, he's like, "Why are you here?" And I said, "I think you know why we're here." And I said, "I just want to show you this list," you know. And so I start rolling it out, and I talk about the person that had passed, and he put his phone down because he was recording us. And then I started rolling the list out, and it went 3 buildings. I walked past 3 buildings,
Wow.
and you can actually see it on film of him looking down at the list and his
Wow.
face. And so I really hope that you know, that planted a seed in him. That's the kind of thing that I don't know. I just think it's a really powerful visual, and I'm going to pretty much use it at every protest I do now, I think.
That's amazing. That's such a great idea because the visual thing, I've always wanted to do one here in LA with photographs of all the executives who are either, off post or in the hole or passed
Yeah,
away, but then they could see them. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah, yeah. And I think you know, with the ADHD and autism, both my son is autistic as well, and visuals are a big thing for us. You know, they probably learned with the bull baiting just to sort of switch off to what people are saying and stand there and ignore it, whereas you can't do that with a visual thing in front of you, you know. So yeah. So I kind of did the same at the St. Hill protest. Let me just show you something else. Got all this stuff. I made a huge, well, I got it printed, a huge 6-foot banner. I'm gonna stand back for this. And we held this up right outside the entrance of St. Hill as the coaches were going past.
Oh, wow. Wow, really cute.
I don't know how much you can see, but so that was actually around during the anonymous times, I think, the Scientology
Yeah, it was.
post.
It was. Yeah.
So I updated it though, and I put Whitney Mills and a few more recent people on it as well.
Cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, because I used to have a printing business. So I do a lot of kind of designing and putting things together.
Good. Well, thank you, because that's really key. And make sure, and that's online, right? So other people can copy it.
Oh, well, I've not that particular poster, but that's a good idea. I could put that design up. I don't know if you know about the website fsciento.space.
What is it?
It's called fsciento.space. It's a website. Oh my gosh, you should get yourself on it, Tori. Right? So all of the protesters around the world, you can request to be on that. So when you're on it and you go live, if you put in the description of your show, you know where it says description and you whatever, I don't know. Anyway, if you put hashtag cult or hashtag fsciento, you will actually come up on the website. It will show all the people that are live there and then kind of thing. But also they have resources on there. So there is a resource, there's a folder of mine, and you can click in there and there's all sorts of leaflets that I've designed that people can print out. So I've got like CCHR one with stories of people who have died. And we've got, you know, Whitney Mills. I've got a couple of Australian stories in there.
Right.
You know, I've got a Lisa McPherson one.
Oh, yeah.
What else have I got? I've got a parody of The Truth About Drugs. It says The Truth About Cults. All sorts of stuff in there that's free to download for people to use.
I'm going to ask Kelly to send me a link for it.
I did.
Do you have my email, T?
I do. I did send Kelly a load of links. I'm not sure if I sent her the link to that though, but I will send it.
Oh, here, I think she just put it there. It's
okay.
fsciento.space.
Yeah, so if you go on there and then go into resources, you scroll down a bit and then there should be a folder. It says like T's folder, I think.
Oh, I guess I'm on it. It says I'm on it. Antics of
Oh,
a
you
Mom
are?
Squirrel said Tori is on it, but she's not showing as live because she does not have it in her title. What does that mean?
Okay. So you have to have to show up on that website. You have to put in the description of your live. You have to put the hashtag #FSignTo for it to, the technical stuff to make it work. It kind of picks up that
Oh,
tag,
great.
and
I have so much admiration for all of you. You guys bring so much to the table that, I mean, some of us know, but a lot of us don't. It's really great. It's a big help. It really is. It means a
well,
lot.
we've got to keep it updated with the times, and keep it going. That's the most important thing.
That's
We
the most
haven't
important
forgot. We're
thing.
not going to forget you, Scientology. We're not going to stop. Okay, we're not going to let you get away with this stuff that you're doing, these lives that you're ruining.
Exactly. I know
Absolutely.
they think they are, but they're only creating their own enemies every single day. And I've told them
Yes.
that since I was back when I was a member. I said, "You're
Yeah.
creating your own enemies," because they wanted me to go over to Mark Bunker's house with this awful sign. And I said, "No, I don't even know the guy, but I know that he's not what you're saying he is, because I've
Yeah.
met him. I've protested against him, and you just pulled that out your ass, and I'm not going to do it. No." And the other guy did. Dan Mernan went over there and stood outside Mark's house with the sign. And Mark had a website back then, and he had it up for, I think, 20 years. He had that
Yeah.
picture of Dan Mernan, and I thought, thank God I didn't go over there.
I absolutely love Bunky. He's been a bit quiet lately. Is he okay?
Pardon
He
me?
seems to. Is Mark okay? I haven't seen him for a while.
He is. He's just kind of taken a little break, and he's actually doing really well. I
Oh,
talked
good.
to him yesterday, and he said, yeah, he's kind of not doing videos for a little while and just taking a
Yeah.
break. And
Yeah.
sometimes you have to do that. That's just the way
Oh,
it is.
yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
He's
I
done
take lots of
so
breaks.
much.
He
Pardon me?
has. I take lots of breaks. I
Yeah.
have to, yeah. like you have life going on, and life personal stuff has to take priority,
Right. And someone
Yeah.
asked, who is Dave Gibbons? Dave Gibbons was in Scientology. I met him online. I've never met him in person, but we've become really dear friends over the years. I met him I think early 2000s. I met him, and
Okay.
he's OT8, I think. And one of the very few people I know that actually really, even though he's helped get tons of people out of Scientology in Australia, because he lives in Australia, but he still stands by the tech. He feels like he had really great wins with it, which I
Yeah.
don't. You'll never hear me say that. I mean, they had Golden Era Studios came to Flag once, and they were these young kids, and they said, "Well, Tori, we want to get your wins on OT7," and I've been on 7 for like 7 years, and I said, "Okay, listen to me carefully. I don't have one win on OT7." And they kind of all turned white. I don't think they'd ever
Yeah.
heard anybody say that. And
Yeah.
I have wins on training, but not on auditing. I don't. It didn't work.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah. I love that about you, Tori, though. It doesn't matter what you've been, it seems to be that whatever you've been through or going through, you don't back down, and you always stick up for yourself. And I love your quick wit and the way you just, the amount of times I've watched your show, because I lurk a lot, and hear the stories, and this person said this to me, and well, I just said da 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 da, and you're just straight out with it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this woman, you're just incredible, and all with a smile on your face, and so polite as well. You just you really keep it together, and I guess that's how you and Mark made friends in the end, isn't it? If you were protesting
yeah,
against him,
we
and then
really did. I mean, we've been through a lot together, but
yeah,
also in the first early 8 years before Anonymous showed up, they attacked me to death. And
yeah,
actually, Natalie was the person who, because what's his face? Anyway, that one guy that was
What's
um,
his face?
a big executive put up the 25-step program against me.
Okay. Marty Rathbun?
Marty Rathbun. Yes, that's who it was. And
Yeah.
he had a blog way back when, and everyone was
Yeah.
like, "Hail Marty, he's the greatest." And I would always go on there and just say, "Just so you know, there are people that left before Marty, all alone in the night without the internet." And that's all I'd say, and no one would ever talk to me. And so
Yeah.
finally, Marty sent me a thing, open up a Hushmail account. And I know I've told this story, but I love to tell it, in case somebody is listening from inside, because people lurk and listen. And
Yeah.
and it said, open up a Hushmail account. And I thought, uh-oh, it's like going to the principal. He's going to bawl me out and say, you're not an independent. You don't believe in the tech. Get out. And so I was ready to get all balled out. And instead, it was this big 4-year eyes only 25-step program with the goal to muzzle Tory. That was the goal.
Wow.
It's on the internet. You can Google it, Tory. I think it was Tory Bazazian. I think it was written.
Yeah, right. I'll write
sure.
that down. I'll write that down and have a look.
Yeah, it's just 4-year eyes only, and it's a 25-step program. But it really shows how in detail they try to trash someone if they want to. And they really went after me for a long time. And Jesse Prince really helped me through it, because I would call him up and I'd say, Jesse, I just feel like I'm going insane. And he'd say, that's their goal.
Yeah.
I used to run this program. It's called Psychological Warfare. And that is the goal, to drive you insane. And I said, well, what do I do? Because it didn't matter what I said. They always would just keep coming. And I didn't realize
nothing. Yeah, just say nothing, I guess. Not
that's
react.
That's what Yachty had told me. He said the only thing when they can't get to us is if nobody says anything, if you don't answer. But as long as there's somebody going yak, 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 and you go yak, 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 then it's like a fire. It kind of goes down, and then as soon as you throw a log on, it's all up again.
Yeah, exactly. And that's how you deal with narcissists as well, because it's narcissistic behavior and like just psychopathic behavior, isn't it? And you have the grey rock theory. Just grey rock them. Just don't react. Don't speak back to them, and then they'll eventually.
Jesse taught me this thing: step away from the stove, and that's I had that on my desktop for years. Step away from the stove.
Because,
that's he said that's the only thing you can do. Oh, wait a second. This is Antics of a Mama Squirrel, a member for 1 month. All right, thank you. That's kind.
Hi, Antics.
There you go. Thank you.
Oh, who else have we got in here? So, I just want to can I give a shout out to some of the Aussie channels that need help growing? If anyone could please subscribe to Ophila here. She does work over in Sydney. And we've got, I don't think Dee's here, but we have, I don't know if we've got D5 in Melbourne as well. I did send the links to Kelly, so I don't know if she could maybe drop them in at some point. But yeah, they especially D5 has been going out protesting or wanting to go out protesting, but doesn't have anyone to go with her in Melbourne. She's desperate to have someone to go with her. There's actually, there's just no one over there. I would fly over there every week if I could,
Who's the one that is in Dublin by herself?
Irish Mart.
And that's a lady?
Yeah.
You should let her know to talk to Pete Griffith.
Yeah. I think she might get in touch. Yeah,
because he, I did an interview with him, I think a few weeks ago.
Yeah,
and it's on my site, but he's fantastic. I mean, he may be, to the point of like, nah, I don't want to do it anymore. But he might, if somebody called him, he might. And he's fun. He's really a fun guy.
Yeah, I've watched a lot of his videos. He's pretty awesome. Have we got Mad Drop Bear there as well? He's in Melbourne too. He's in the chat. And he said that if he gets to 100 subs, he's going to come on my channel. So please, can everyone sub up Mad Drop Bear? He doesn't want to come on. he doesn't think he's going to get 100 subs, but he will. And then he has to do it. Oh, hey,
right.
there you are. We've got Dee's in the chat. Oh, she's listening, so she's probably at work.
D5 Melbourne.
D5.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just said, hi, Tori and T. I'm here listening, but just about to jump in the car. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, someone's saying Dave Gibbons is in Melbourne. Okay. We'll need to I need to look him up and see if he wants to help out with anything. That would be great. So thanks for that name, Tori.
Yeah,
That's
he's
awesome.
really cool. He's a really great guy. He comes on my site a lot, and he usually
Okay.
comes on late at night. That was always a fun thing with Dave because you guys are in Australia, and in years past, you know, like really hot stuff would come out, and we would all wait up until like 2 a.m. here because Dave would come on, and he would have the next day, you know, stuff about Scientology. It was really fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he's really
Awesome.
cool. Someone
D5.
protest with me, please.
Please, yeah,
okay.
that's D. Yeah, she's desperate for someone to come and protest. She's actually going to be protesting in Adelaide on the 22nd of November if anyone's around. I know there are a couple of Adelaites somewhere. Please, please, please. I really want to get down. I am trying to scrape together the money to come down and support her in Adelaide as well. Yeah, I popped there. I was there on the way back from Melbourne a few months ago, and they have their new Ideal Org building, which they're starting to renovate. And I went down there and they had like the blinds and everything, but there was a couple of gaps in the blinds. So I got the camera in there and I was having a little nosy in there. We did the same in Edinburgh as well. They've got a massive building that they bought there about 5 years ago, and it's just sitting there with moss growing off the roof and stuff. You know how it goes. And but it's actually next door to a huge student accommodation building. Of course, you know that's what they like to do. So I printed out, I think, 200 leaflets, and I went in and spoke to the receptionist there and said, please, can you hand these out and spread awareness of what is possibly in the next couple of years going to be moving in next door to you, you know? And I did a few letterbox drops as well up the road around the area. So
but it's shrinking there, right? Wouldn't you say, from what it used to be?
In Scotland? I don't know. Yeah, I think
I'm just saying it in Australia.
Yeah, I mean, the last census, it was 565 or something. I would be surprised if there's more than 1,500.
How many would you say were at the IAS thing? I mean, just as a ballpark figure.
I'd say maybe 1,517.
Yeah.
2,000 at a push. I don't know. I'm trying to get inside info, you know.
It sounded very small compared to their old days. We went by last night, Drew and I, to protest, and they have this huge tent they've put in the back behind LA, or, you know, like the big blue area in the parking lot. They've got this huge tent put up there now. And I figure that's probably for the IAS event. And they probably figured they'll just leave it up all winter, because in the summertime it's warm out and people like to be outside. But in the wintertime it gets cold and they have to rent places. And I think they're getting a lot cheaper than they used to be. They don't want to rent places. So they put up a tent and we can use that all winter.
Yeah. Why don't they have their events inside their buildings? Oh, I guess they can't really go inside Blue, can they? Because it'll be all, I don't know, what's it like inside Blue? Does anyone know?
It's just, think of a hospital. It used to be a hospital. That's all it is. It just is exactly like how hospitals look. You know,
so
same
it's not refurbished.
Only like now, you know, they've got, of course, pictures of L. Ron Hubbard and, you know, how great Scientology is and, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
You know, that's how all of their orgs are like that. We went from the top of California all the way to San Diego, and every single Scientology org we went to, at the most, there were 3 people.
Yeah,
at the moment.
right. Wow.
It was just
Yeah.
nothing. I mean, we went
Yeah.
to Santa Barbara, and
Yeah.
there was one girl in there. That was it.
Wow.
And she was gonna give
Wow.
us a tour, and the person I was with said, "Okay, let's get a tour." And we started to, and then I stopped and I said, "You know, I really can't do this." And she said, "Why not?" And I said, "'Cause I'm actually a declared suppressive person, and you're gonna get in a lot of trouble if you give us a tour." And she said, "You're
Yeah.
kidding. You're an SP?" And I said, "Yeah, I am. And I'm a happy
Wow.
SP." And
Yeah.
it's like,
Wow.
it's such a mind thing for people to meet an SP because the brainwashing is so thick on how evil and horrible SPs are. And then
Yeah.
you meet
Yeah.
someone that's really friendly, and then you tell them, and they're like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, they
The
can't."
same happened to me when I was at the IIS. There was opposite the entrance to the Saint Hill. You've been there. I've seen you with a picture
Right,
with Mark actually at the entrance.
right,
Well, opposite that, there's like this kind of white building, like apartments, and there was a lady standing outside the front, and you know, she was kind of. I ended up chatting to her, and she turned out she was a Scientologist, and you know, I said we're not here to be arseholes or anything. We're here because there's been abuses that have happened within Scientology, and you know we just want to make sure that voices are heard and da da da. And yeah, and then later on I saw her again, and because I was dressed up as a pirate, shouting through a megaphone and saying all this stuff. I did say the OT3 material, so, but she was still really really nice, and she said, "Look, because I said just look for yourself, you know," and she said, I don't think I should. I probably shouldn't look. You probably shouldn't tell me about that stuff. And I said, well, you know, she said, but just, well, give me an example. And I said, well, there's the deaths of people, like I said, Whitney Mills or something. I can't remember what I said. But she made me feel like, because she was so sweet, almost felt like bad for saying it to her, you know, because I didn't want to burst her bubble because she seemed so happy. And I thought, it's just not going to get through to her. She's too far gone, you know.
right.
But I did say, are you sure you're not going to get in trouble for talking to me because I'm an SP? And she went, you are? You're a suppressive person? You know, and I said, well, I guess that's up to you, really, because whether you believe it or not, you know. But yeah, she was really nice. She was really
Yeah.
nice, but very gone, unfortunately. It's just the children and stuff that's what I want to get to the most, I guess. But disconnected families, like everyone, I guess. So what's actually going on in Australia at the moment is pretty big news, and hopefully going to really have an effect on Scientology, not just Scientology but other cults. There's a Victorian inquiry at the moment. Have you heard about that?
No.
Okay, so you know back in the day when we had Nick Xenophon, he got all these survivors, Australian survivors, and was trying to get the government to launch an inquiry into Scientology. Do you remember that? I think that was around 2010, something like that. Anyway, and they said no because it was seen as attacking a religious group. So it's attacking one group. So the avenue we're kind of going down at the moment is to attack it as all cults in Australia. So there's an inquiry into coercive control within religious and high control groups. I don't think religious high control groups and their fringe groups and stuff. And so there's hearings going on at the moment, and Miriam Francis is very heavily involved in that. You know Miriam?
I don't know her again. Just like
You know
you,
of her.
I know
Yeah.
your name, and now I'm getting to know you. But it's the same with Miriam. Only I haven't interviewed her at all. So I've
Yeah,
listened to
well,
some of her videos and things. Yeah.
yeah, she's doing amazing. So she's heavily involved in that inquiry. She actually went to a hearing this Wednesday, just gone, and spoke
Right.
up about her childhood and what she'd been through, told her story. Yeah, so we're hoping it's gonna. A lot of different people from different cults came forward and told their stories at this hearing. So we're hoping that it's going to change legislation
Right.
to protect children more. You know, to do things like maybe spot check these places, for example, because they are mandated reporters here in Australia, but they're not reporting. And I know for a fact, I know there are active PDF files in certain orgs in Australia at the moment, and they're not reporting them. So what can you do without a witness that will come forward?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's very difficult. But we're hoping to extend this to all different states in Australia. So in the new year, that's going to be my focus. I'm going to try and network and see if there's anyone else in different cults in Australia that would like to come forward and tell their story. And hopefully, we can take it to the MP and get the ball rolling here in Western Australia and other states. So it could be a massive change, hopefully.
That's good.
We'll see.
That's good.
Yeah.
Very good. And Ozzy O asked you, who was the guy from Perth that ASL had on the show?
Yeah, that's Jason Horvatic. I'm actually supposed to be hopefully seeing him soon and speaking with him. There's actually an article, I should have sent the link to that. There's a recent article that ABC did where the reporter got in touch with me and asked if I could give some information on how study tech or affects children's learning or development or whatever, but also mainly concentrating on the Athena School in Sydney, which is a Scientology school. It's where all the Sea Org children go. And I put her in touch with Jason, and they did. He helped her with this article to report on the school there, because they're getting $1 million a year in funding from the government, I believe. I don't want to, apparently, allegedly, because I don't want to say that for sure because I might be wrong. I haven't read the article yet. I haven't had the chance. So, yeah.
Famous allegedly.
Yeah. What's that? A Chris guy?
What?
Someone saying. Oh, hey, Kirsty. Kirsty's in the chat. Sorry, I'm just trying to. Somebody said something about somebody called Chris. Oh, Kelly said Chris. His last name. I don't know.
Don't worry.
I don't know. But yeah.
So what would you say was the best part of your protesting at the IAS thing?
Just being there and seeing how it operates, I guess. And I met up with William Drummond. I don't know if you know him.
Yeah.
You know him? Yeah. And we've had a really good friendship for the past, like, maybe 6 months or so. Spoken a lot on the phone. Very interesting character. I just think he's awesome. I love his style of protesting, dressing up, and so meeting up with him was awesome, and being able to stand there with him on his last protest. His health's not doing too good, so he probably won't be able to protest again. So that was his final goodbye. And it was very it was upsetting because he has a lot of family members in there. He's got 25 family members in there that he hasn't been able, that he hasn't been able to hasn't been able to speak to in over 35 years.
And it's still active?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, you're talking like probably 3 generations. He was in Scientology for, I think, around 65 years. He was, so I think it was really important for him to go there and have that as his final protest, like a kind of...
Sure.
Yeah.
That's so awful, though, 25 people.
Yeah, he was actually... The IAS event may not have existed as it does today if it wasn't for Billy. Him and his mother actually designed the first ever IAS event, and he paid for it out of his pocket. You know how they do this a lot, where they say, well, if you cover that and cover that, then we'll pay you back after the event's done, and that didn't happen, of course. And I think he was down about maybe 50 to 80 grand. I can't remember. A lot of money that they owed him, or still owe him technically. So yeah, the knights on the horses and all of that was him and his mum that did that.
Wow.
So it was really I said that to the lady, actually, the Scientologist, the nice lady. I said, this event might not be happening actually if it wasn't for this guy behind me in the captain's hat, So yeah, it was a really kind of I don't even know how to describe it moment. Yeah. So but what else? It was really good. It was good to see other people there, and but we did leave early just due to his health and stuff. So I didn't get to stay there for the whole until the end of that protest that day, and then I had to get the train home that day. I couldn't stay for the full 3 days. Yeah, I had to go and be with my son. So yeah, it was good. It was good.
It's really good. Here's Sieglin said something. She said she so appreciates, and so do I, and so does everybody here, all that you do, T. I didn't realize it until now. Thanks for being there, being here. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't realize you were as active as you are. That's really...
I haven't even started. There's loads of stuff that I do.
Pardon me?
There's lots more stuff I do that I haven't even told you about. Like I've gone undercover. I've gone undercover in London org. I've gone undercover in Narconon in the UK. I've loads of stuff. I actually stopped a church from being built in Ghana. Wow. I do a lot of I like to concentrate on the small countries that Scientology is trying to influence that people don't talk about. So connecting with people in different African countries and warning them about the dangers. If I see these groups holding up the drug-free world booklets, I'll message them and I'll say, do you know that this is a cult and this is one of their front groups? And had a lot of positive results with that from just messaging hundreds and hundreds of people, and the biggest result was this guy. He put up a post saying, I've just finally been granted the permission to build an applied scholastics center on his piece of land, and this is in Ghana. And I'm like, no, please don't do that. And I sent him all these messages with all this information. And most of them just ignore you and tell you to get stuffed. But this guy actually listened, and he wrote back and he said, you've got me, I'm really worried. Can you please tell me more? And I did. I told him more, and it turned out that they were actually trying to get him to go to Florida to be in the Sea Org. I interview him on my channel, actually, if anyone wants to see it. But yeah, that was really great.
NOA just asked if you have the undercover videos on your trip to Ghana on your page, Tia.
Right. So I didn't go to Ghana, but I've got undercover in London on my page. The Narconon one they took down due to privacy, but so I need to go through it with a fine-tooth comb and blur the face, because I did that once and then they took it down again because there was like a millisecond of the girl's cheek. So
they can put all of us all over the place, but God forbid any of them are.
I know, it's on my list of things to do. What else? I did do some undercover. We went for a stress test in Edinburgh org, which I need to put that up as well with undercover footage. What else have I done? Finding out the locations of the volunteer ministers' tents in the drug-free world and going down there and trying to get them shut down. What else? I've got a COSRECI campaign going on at the moment, a petition to try and get another parliamentary inquiry into COSRECI. For those who don't know what COSRECI is, basically all of the UK operations are being funded. No, hang on, let me get this right. All of the UK operations are being run out of Australia, basically, to avoid tax, because they don't have charitable status in the UK. So I've got, again, Nick Xenophon tried to get that shut down, because really they're exploiting a grey area, and it needs to be investigated. But the way that it's set up is that the UK will get so far with investigating and go, oh, this isn't our jurisdiction, that's to do with Australia. And Australia does the same. So they're both like, nah, let's not do anything, kind of thing. I think that's what's happening. But Xenophon did get it to a point back in 2011 or something, where he had all the Scientologists sat down. The ACNC, which is the Charity Commission, told them that they have to submit, because they'd never submitted any reports, tax tax returns or whatever, they had to do 30 years worth of returns. But, you know, in my opinion, that's not enough. I think they should be deregistered. So there's a couple of politicians that have been interested in doing that back in 2019 that I found, which I'm going to chase up and hopefully see if they want to get on board or see what happened with them. And if not, then write to Parliament myself and see if they would be interested. If I get enough signatures behind me, there is a link. I think I sent that link to Kelly as well for the COSRECI. That's just something I've got going on in the background. You know, I've got lots of leaflets for that as well that I go and hand out sometimes. And but that would be amazing if they got their charity status taken away from them in Australia. Not only would it affect here, but it would affect the UK as well, like massively. Because it's all just, it's money going round and round, you know, gathering interest. And it's been going on for, gosh, since the 70s, you know?
Right.
So, yeah. And not just from Australia. So they've actually got 11 churches in Taiwan, because Aosh Anzo is overlooks the whole of Asia. So that's Japan, Taiwan, all of the Pacific, New Zealand, places like that. So I actually got in touch with an ex-member in Taiwan, and I made lots of leaflets in Taiwanese and Japanese and sent the file to him, and he's been handing out leaflets there as well. And then yesterday, it's very difficult because these people don't speak English, so I have to use a translator and speak in Japanese and Mandarin and all sorts of stuff, you know. But that's why, like, I'm dedicated, you know. Yesterday I actually found a story. I'm going to put a video out hopefully some point this week when I'm not working, because I do work as well. I have a job. I have a job and I have my own business and I have a special needs child as well. So I do what I can when I can.
Sure.
But I found a story yesterday which involves a Scientologist employer and how an employee was treated very badly because of I'll release the video anyway. I've almost finished editing it, but there was a win against Scientology. It actually went to Tokyo High Court and everything, and the lady won against this Scientologist, which is awesome. So yeah, it's good that they're not tolerating their crap in Japan as well. So yeah. Yeah, I think that's probably, there's other little things that I do. I've got a series going through some of the people on the list. So preventable deaths, the story of those. I don't know if you know of Ashley Shayner, the 16-year-old that got killed at Int Base.
No.
In an accident with the I don't really want to say because it's not very nice. There's lots of deaths that were preventable, basically. So I've got a series on that where I do like little mini documentary deep dives and do it in a respectful way and show their story, keep these stories alive that are disappearing from the internet, you know. Very, very slowly, these things are phasing out and disappearing from the internet, and I think it's important to keep them alive, keep them going.
Ew.
You know? Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I remember it was many, many years ago, but I was out and there was a young man who was a critic who was standing in the middle of Clearwater reading OT8. And I kept telling him, I said, this isn't a good idea. This is their biggest moneymaker. And you're really like diving into the, like the shark's mouth,
pushing the boundaries. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like really tricky. So all of a sudden they smashed his camera and he called me and he said, they've smashed my camera. What should I do? And I said, here's what you should do. Get out of Clearwater immediately because they're going to have to come after you because now you have it on film. But he didn't. And the next thing I know, he was dead. And everyone was like, oh, he took his life. And I said, he didn't. I know he didn't. I know him.
Who was that?
Huh?
Who was that?
I don't know his name even. I really don't. He was a critic that just was in touch with me. You know what I mean? But there were so many people back then because there weren't that many people. Yeah. Like now, there's so many people online. But back then, there were like 4 people that people could call and talk to. And I was one of them. So,
it wasn't Sean Lonsdale, was it? Because I think similar
Who?
happened to him. Sean Lonsdale?
No.
No, okay. No. Oh my gosh, that's terrible. There's
Yeah.
a lot of very dodgy deaths that are, passed off as suicide and stuff. A lot.
Maybe it was Sean. Was he in Clearwater?
Yeah, he was big in Clearwater, and there was something.
And did they say that he had, put the pipe from his car into his window?
I believe so, yeah. And there's quite a few of those in the same way, people taking their lives,
I think it
taking
was
their
him.
lives. Yeah.
I think it was him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were fair gaming him hard. I think they found out as well that he was gay and he had a boyfriend or something, and then they were trying to put that out like people give a crap,
They're always twisting things. I mean, I lived through 8 years of them twisting everything I would say. I was telling someone about it today where they would post on the net, "Oh, Magoo, you're a phony because you won't go on TV." And I'd say, "Okay, make me an appointment. I'll be on TV." It's like you can't just walk on ABC and say, "I'm here. I'm ready to be interviewed." But they always could twist it. No matter what I said, they would just keep twisting it. And that's why Jesse said, just step away from the stove. Because there's nothing you can do. There's nothing they can do. If you're in a big snarl thing, if you just step away, that's it. That ends it.
Yeah. Yeah. And so hopefully there's nothing they can do to me. I mean, I'm self-employed. They don't know my name as far as I know yet. I do I try to keep things very, you've got to be very careful.
Right.
So my name's not out there. I'm not searchable on Google or anything like that. So yeah.
Good. And you're very effective. I mean, I love that you made that list of all those names. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
You could put the list on the net?
Oh yeah, so it is on the list. It is on the net. I actually sent that to Kelly as well. So if you go on my Facebook profile, which is T Down Under, so TEE, I've actually made it public, the post, and the list is there. And if there's anyone that you think, you would like to be honoured on that list that isn't on there, or anyone that you think it's not right for them to be on the list, then please comment on it and let me know. That would be really great to help keeping this going and making sure that they're all remembered, and actually going on from that as well.
These are Scientologists who were members.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. And it's people that have been murdered, people that have taken their own lives, there's a couple of people that died on the Purif, people that have died because of Narconon. It's all Scientology related deaths that could have been prevented. People, OTs that have been told that auditing can fix their illnesses and their cancer, and then they haven't got treatment. So many OTs, that haven't got treatment. So hundreds of people we're talking here. And I just want to say as well, sorry, Tori, I know I'm talking so much.
What?
I'm talking so much. I feel like I'm talking too much.
You're not talking too much. You're not. Okay, I told you I'll go like this if I have something I want to say. No, I love listening to you. You're doing great.
Oh, thank you. Thanks. Just want to put out there that it is actually the 30th anniversary of Lisa McPherson's death next month on the 5th of December.
Right.
So she would, So I think Dusty Soda Fountain, or Dusty, who is in Clearwater, is actually trying to arrange a worldwide protest. And I think it would be great even if you just want to sit there with a candle. The idea is to pass it around the time zones around the world and just get everyone involved. I think it'd be a really good community project, and just to spread awareness and let Scientology know that we're not forgetting what happened at their hands.
Yeah.
I'll be sitting outside Perth Org with another huge banner that I'm waiting to get delivered, with Lisa on there, and some candles and some music and stuff. So I think we're trying to drum up some interest in Sydney and Melbourne as well, because obviously Australia will be the first time zone. So we've got to pass the candle on around the world, So
you can contact Dave Gibbons on Facebook.
Yeah,
he's on Facebook. We'll do that. He knows a lot of guys in your area.
Okay. So
because
is he a free zoner? Like he's still practicing or?
I don't know. I don't like to label him. He's just a
Yeah,
cool
fair enough.
guy. Let's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
say that he's a
I
cool
no, I just
guy.
didn't want to offend him. I didn't want to say anything to offend him. So he's down
No,
with protesting
he's
and
an ex-Scientologist, and he had wins with the tech. That's all I'll say.
oh, okay.
I
Yeah.
don't really think he's a free zoner or anything like that. He personally really
Is that
had
yeah.
wins with it, and I
Yeah.
didn't. So we
Yeah.
disagree
Yeah.
on that, but we both respect each other's right to feel the way we feel.
Yeah. And has he protested in Australia? I think you said he did.
Sure, he's
Yeah.
very cool. You'll be surprised. He's really, really
Yeah.
cool. He
Oh, okay.
comes
That's
on here a
awesome.
lot. He does.
Yeah.
Now, someone here, this person, who is this? Torvo 316 gave me $5. Here you go.
Oh.
Holy crap. Only crap is on TV. Media is bullshit. The truth is the truth. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. That means a lot. It really does. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Marie, you're 3 hours ahead of me. Are you? Oh, I thought it was going because the clock's changed. So normally there's 2 hours between me and the other side, me and the eastern states. I
Right.
thought it was going to be 1 hour, but it's not. It's gone up to 3 hours.
Right.
Ay, okay.
Right. I know. I forget who I talked to today. Someone in I think it was Marcy, and we were both saying we thought we were 2 hours apart, but it turns out we're only 1 hour apart. It was very weird. Whoever I talked to.
Those silly time changes.
All right, now
Yeah. So.
I lost all the comments. Where'd they go? What'd I do? Help. All right. Okay.
We're two.
I don't know what I clicked, but all the comments are gone.
Oh no.
All right, let me try comments. Now they're gone. Now they're back a little bit, but I cannot see any comments. Huh. Sorry. Now see, that didn't even show up. See,
I can see it. I can see it on YouTube, but I can't see anything in StreamYard. Let me see.
Oh.
Studio chat.
So what did I do that I must have done something.
I don't know. I don't understand it on the mobile.
They can see
it in
Oh, there we go.
YouTube chat.
There we go. I clicked live. There it is. They're all back. Okay.
Now I can't see myself. I don't know what I've done. There we go.
So what's your next plan, or can you tell us or not?
My next plan or my next banner?
Your next plan.
My next plan. I do have something that I want to do at the weekend. I'm not sure if I can say actually because I don't want to give them the heads up.
Okay, don't say it. If it's a surprise, don't say it.
Yeah, I don't want to give them the heads up, but I have found out that there's a regular event going on in a public place where there's children, and I'm going to try and shut that down. Yeah, that's all I can say.
Apparently, Laura did. She was at that IAS event the night before last night with the tent,
yeah.
And she apparently caught Moxon on video.
Oh, I heard about that. Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. I need to catch up on stuff. I've been kind of it's my son's starting high school in February, and there's the Christmas holidays are going to be coming up, and there's all sorts of stuff going on and meetings and things. So I haven't been going online and having a chance to catch up with everything, but I will at some point.
Right. I hear you. It's a busy time of the year for everybody. With the holidays.
Yeah. I would love to make it to Adelaide next month. No, this month on the 22nd to protest with Dee. But yeah, it's just the flights. We'll see. I might be able to pick up some extra work and go over there. That'd be awesome.
Oh, I guess there was Audit LA who caught Moxon. Good for her.
Right, yeah. Awesome. I'll have to watch that.
She truly, she and Will going to the, down to the courthouse have really changed things around there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's amazing. We used to
Yeah.
just step on L. Ron Hubbard Way and they'd come tell me I had to get off and all this. Now they can't do that.
Yeah.
And she, you
Yeah.
know why? Because she brought up that they weren't getting paid minimum wage.
Yeah. Yeah. She's incredible. I've rung into the meetings a few times myself, especially when I'm in the UK, because the time zone's easier. Like it's 1 a.m. here when the meetings are going on. So when I
Oh,
was in the UK, I was like, calling in. Yeah, she's doing some incredible work, incredible work. And
right.
she deserves a lot more recognition for what she's doing, in my opinion. Um, she's had a lot of bullying, I would say, recently. People, yeah, some people suck.
No,
Yeah,
she's very effective. She's really done some work, and I don't think they
yeah,
know what to do. And everybody else too. With everybody with a camera has
yeah,
really made a difference. Where, you know, I think before we'd have like one camera.
yeah. Yeah, I know. Things have changed, haven't they? Definitely. Now we're up with tripods and cameras that follow you and all sorts of stuff going on.
I know. Tom DeVox
And
showed us
glasses.
an Apple phone where it's 3D. He showed
Okay.
us. Yeah, it's really cool.
What do you mean
Really.
3D? What do you mean
Hmm?
3D? What do you mean by 3D?
It's like I don't know how to explain it. I really don't. It's just it's more than, just a photograph or a video. It's 3D. It's like moving.
Oh, okay.
It's
Oh, I
really
think I know
cool.
what you mean. I think I know what you mean, actually. Yeah, like you can look at the photo and then it can
Yeah,
move like that.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
Yeah, it's so
really
weird.
really cool. We were like, wow. It's
Yeah.
so amazing because you think, I said this to my son. He was in the Altadena fire, and
Yeah, right.
one of his friends called me and said, "Is Justin okay?" And I said, "Yeah, why?" Because I was watching the Pacific Palisades fire on TV.
Yeah.
And she said, "Because there's a big fire here." So I called him up and I said, "Look, just get over here, get your stuff and get over here." So he
Yeah.
did, and he was smart enough to bring everything because, all of us thought, okay, it's a fire, they'll put it out, he'll go back tomorrow. But the
Yeah.
whole town burned down.
Wow. Did he
So,
lose his home?
huh?
Did he lose his home?
He didn't have a home. He was just renting an apartment.
Oh,
So he's
okay.
fine, because he doesn't want to go back to it's all toxic and stuff like that.
Yeah, wow. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it was very devastating to see what was going on over there with that.
But that
Yeah.
day, that night, I said, remember this night because it's a horrible night, but things are going to get a lot worse here in America because of Trump. And
Yeah,
I
right.
said, just remember this night and every day make sure to take some time to be grateful for what you do have,
Yeah.
because he got out of that fire and he was fine. He had all of his stuff and everything else. And
Yeah.
that's the thing my mom taught me when I was a little kid, to just kind of be grateful every day for what you have.
Positive thinking is so powerful, it really
Yeah.
is. And I really appreciate that about you. And I definitely need to take a leaf out of your book because I can get into a negative headspace sometimes and find it hard to be positive. But
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
but I
Something
think
you have to work
listening to
on.
you,
Pardon me?
yeah, definitely. So, but listening to you, and you're very, very positive and happy, and you're just like a ray of sunshine, So maybe I should watch you when I'm feeling like that.
Yeah,
you
I'll
know?
tell you, I bought the book, The Four Agreements. I've read books all my life. My mom was really big on books, but
Okay.
one of my favorites is The Four Agreements. And a lot of people say, "Oh, I read that book. It's really great," but they don't apply
Mm,
it. It's like a really
yeah.
action. Like if you feel shitty, you just get out that book, open it up. It doesn't matter what page you open it up to. It's going to nail it. It's
Okay.
unbelievable. And it really helps, for me, books have been very, very helpful for me. And
Yeah.
different little things, like I have all kinds of little reminders, like
Affirmations.
leap and the
Yeah.
net will appear,
Yeah.
you know, kind of things like that, where, um, I don't dance with ugly men. It seems to make you laugh. You know what I mean? It's kind
Yeah.
of like that kind of stuff. They're little things, but they're really good reminders.
Don't dance with ugly men, but he might be a really good dancer. You don't know until you try. I tell you what, my son's father was one of the I'm so horrible. One of the not ugliest, but he wasn't a very good looking man, But he turned out to be the love of my life,
Well, I don't mean ugly like physically. I mean like ugly inside, like they're
Oh,
creepy.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
All
what I
right
mean.
then.
You don't want to be around creepy people.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is. And it's like, once you realize this person is creepy and they're not going to change, that's
Yeah.
it. Move
Yeah.
along.
Yeah. And I think that's something that I've learned as well in this community and through therapy as well, is not to ignore red flags.
Right.
Definitely. But I was still, I started therapy again, I think 3 years ago, and still learning stuff about my trauma and stuff today. There was abuse that I had gone through that I didn't even know there was abuse until I came into this community. So
Really?
it's been, yeah,
Wow.
definitely.
What
Yeah.
was
So
it, like verbal abuse or physical abuse?
it was more, well, I've been through all of the abuse, I actually had Stockholm syndrome and I kept going back to my abuser, but I think more some of the stuff that Miriam said, I'm terrible. I can't give an example at the moment, but like I guess the psychological abuse of certain.
That's what I mean. So it's more verbal and psychological and
like
emotional.
Mind games. Yeah. Like real mind games to sort of make you feel like it's your fault. And
always.
Just terrible stuff. And because of Miriam's a massive part of it. I've actually opened up a historical abuse case on my abuser from 25 years ago.
Wow.
So they're investigating. Yeah, they've been investigating for the past year. I actually submitted some more evidence when I was in the UK recently. So the sergeant in charge seems quite hopeful that they'll be able to press some charges. I hope so, or take it to court or whatever. So I'll have to. There's another victim as well who's very afraid of speaking out. She's extremely traumatized. She's at a different stage, and she said, "Oh, I don't think I could handle going to court and seeing him there." And I said, "I can. I want to go there and stare into his eyes, and just maybe give him a little smirk, like I'm not scared of you anymore,
Right.
So, yeah.
Well,
sorry,
good for you.
A bit deep there. Yeah.
That's really great.
But yeah, that's I guess the message is there are people in this community. There are some beautiful people in this community, and you there is support available. You're not alone.
Sure.
You don't have to be alone. And I know what it feels like to be completely alone and helpless and feel like there's no way out and be trapped. And I think it's important to let people know that there is help available now that wasn't available back in the day. There was nothing like that.
I know that's one of my favorite parts of the internet is being in touch with all of you. I mean, you're in Australia and I'm in LA.
I know, isn't it great? It's awesome.
And JB808 is in Hawaii. Do you know what I mean? And Kelly's in Canada. You know what I mean? They're just, everybody's all over the place, but we're here together. And I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. I really do. It's funny. I have a friend who left years ago in Scientology, and I'll talk about my friends on the internet, and she'll be like, "You don't even know these people." And I go, "Let's get something straight." I finally sat her down and I said, "When you left, 8 people left with you that were your best friends physically. You all left. So you have a little group that's your group. but I didn't. When I left, I had nothing. And so
Yeah.
I went on the internet, and those people are my family, and I love
Yeah.
them. I really do. I love all of you, and it means
Oh.
so much to me. And every time I meet someone new, like you're brand new, but it's like, oh, I really like tea. You know, I'm really
Oh.
happy I got to meet you. I am.
And I've been watching you for years, Tori, but I'm actually, believe it or not, I'm quite shy. And I've been meaning to email you for so long and have a chat with you and stuff. So I'm really glad that you invited me on. I really appreciate it. It's been lovely talking to you.
Good. Well, I'm glad. I'm really glad Kelly, set it up, and I really appreciate it because it's these interviews have been fun that we've done with each person.
Yeah.
It's just been like,
Yeah.
wow.
It's a
It,
great idea. And Kelly's a great model. Shout out to Kelly. She's an
yeah,
absolute
shout
legend,
out
isn't she?
to her and to I
Who
always
else have
forget
we got? Oh, Marcy as well. I can't remember who else
Marcy.
your mod.
That's right.
Yeah.
Marcy. I always think she has a different name. I don't know why.
They do that sometimes. They put it as the handle instead of the actual display name.
Oh,
Like,
maybe
and then
that's
it'll go back to the names, and then it will go. I don't know. I don't know what it's doing.
but it is really amazing when you realize how powerful. Like for me, just as an example with the narcissism, I had a boyfriend and
Mm,
he was like really bad news, but I didn't know it. It took me a while to get how bad news he was. And
yeah.
this girl in New Zealand wrote me and she said, Tori, this guy is a narc. And I thought you meant narcotics. And I said, he's not a narc, he's a dentist. And she started laughing. And she said, no, 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 you're way out of your league. This guy is a narcissist, and you don't even know
Yeah.
what that is. So I'm going to send you 2 doctors and tapes about narcissism. And she did.
Yeah.
And I mean, if
Yeah.
there was a scale of 1 to 20 for narcissism, he had 19 of this 20 state,
Yeah.
And they even
Yeah.
said, because I found out he was an alcoholic, and they said, if
Right.
this person is an alcoholic and a narcissist, don't think you can just walk away from them because they'll come kill you. And
Yeah.
he always carried a gun with him, always.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
And I thought,
Wow.
oh my God. So I spent about a year getting away from him. But, this is
Yeah.
someone in New Zealand who saw this,
Yeah.
recognized it, and said and took the time to say, Tori, you're way out of your league. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is
I think it
really,
should be taught. I think it should be taught in schools. I think a lot
yeah,
more,
me too.
mental health. And, I both of my parents, well, my dad passed away, I think 8 months ago now. Both of my parents were autistic, and they, great people and everything, but it wasn't kind of, I don't know, there was no guidance, there was no guidance. There was no being taught boundaries. There was none of that, so I wasn't really kind of set up to face things like that. And I think it's extremely important to teach about coercive control, narcissism, cults, all of that. There's no way anything like that's going to happen to my boy.
Right.
He's very, very in the know about all that stuff. But yeah, I definitely think it should be taught in schools, absolutely, to protect our children. And because most of these I believe that most of the problems like addiction and things like that, alcoholism, it stems from abuse, childhood abuse especially. And if we
Right.
can educate at a young age, then maybe it can be prevented.
Yeah, it'd be so much easier if everyone
Yeah.
was educated.
It's not just, it's, you take down the dealers, the drug dealers, another 10 will pop up. They just keep popping up. It's like whack-a-mole. But actually getting to the root of the cause of addiction is
Right.
what's needed.
And do it early
Yeah.
enough so that then
Yeah.
they're not already into it, and
Yeah.
it's just sort of like second nature to them because they grew up with it.
Yeah, I mean that's the only thing. It's when I'm hoping that when I get myself completely mentally stable, if that ever happens, I'd love to foster some children. There's so many children out there that come from broken homes and deserve a better chance in life. So
Yeah.
I've got a couple of spare bedrooms here, so
Aw,
pile them up.
I'm
Not
on
in
my
bunk
way.
beds though.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, you're always welcome, Tori. If you ever want to come
oh,
to Australia, there's a bed here for you in Perth.
oh,
Absolutely. A
thank
whole.
you.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So
I'd look
sweet.
after
Thank
you.
you. That means a lot. It does. All right. JB808 is asking you, what was the biggest eye opener for you since joining this community?
The biggest eye opener. Oh gosh.
I know that's
What
a tricky
the
question.
that I've watched from other people or that I've experienced myself. Um, I guess I don't know. I tell you what, the first time I stepped into Perth org, and I went undercover, I put on I did my hair different and I put makeup on and I put on a Scottish accent and my name was Sheila. Like I put on had a whole backstory, everything. It was so much fun. But actually just stepping into that org for the first time was like really overwhelming. And it was like, wow, this isn't a show. This is actually real. This is actually going on. These people are actually brainwashed and this is serious, you know? I think that was
And you
like
can
one of
really
the
see it.
yeah, it just really brought it to life. And another really impactful thing for me was when Liz Gale brought out that list in front of the Celebrity Centre. You know, that was very powerful. And I think that's what's inspired me to pick up this older list. I feel like I don't want to be stealing her thunder or anything. I think her list is very important to show the children that have lost their childhoods and stuff, you know. And a very, very powerful list. And it's nice. Her list is nice because you can actually read it out. If you were reading mine out, you'd be there for days, you know. So it's yeah, it's a lot easier to digest, I think. But yeah, that was a really big moment. I was absolutely bawling my eyes out when I saw that list.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
Very impactful. Yeah.
All right. Now this is again from Torvo, 336, $2. I do not know your pain, but I can feel the pain.
I don't see that.
It's on the
Oh, Torvo, yeah.
screen. Do you see
Oh
it?
yeah. Yeah, I can see, yeah. Torvo 316.
He's just saying he doesn't know your pain, but he can feel it.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I think was it to you or to me? I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, it's yeah, empathy. Yes. That was a really moving moment. What else has happened that's massive in the
Well, it
community? I think
always helps
just
that you're sharing your story.
yeah.
You know, because it just does. You never know who's going to hear it. My favorite story. Did you hear that story about the lady with Anonymous that called me that night? Have you heard that story?
I don't think so. I don't know. I've heard a lot of stories from you, but
I
the
know.
lady.
It's one of my favorites because it just is. When you hear it, you'll get it. But
Oh, go
we
on,
were
tell
out
it.
on L. Ron Hubbard Way, and the whole street was filled with Anonymous with their masks and the black things, and you know they were partying and dancing and had music going and protesting. You know they had their protest signs, but you know I was with them, and we were there all day, all night. And then I came home and the phone rang and I picked it up and this lady was just crying and crying and crying. And I said, "Can I help you? What's going on?" And she said, "My daughter has been on staff at LA Org for so many years and I have spent so long trying to get her out and nothing has worked. And tonight she called me and she said, 'Mom, I realized I could be out there with those kids having fun.
Yes.
They're having such a great time. I want you to come get me. I'm done with Scientology.'"
Oh, amazing. That's beautiful.
So you never know. You never know
Yeah.
what. I mean, Andreas didn't know when he offered to help me. He had no idea. He never offered to help me. He just did help me. But
Yeah.
he had no idea what an effect it was having at all.
Yeah. Was he the guy that did he get you out then, pretty much? Or
Yeah.
I don't know the
He
full
was-
story.
he
I know
was
he
the
was a
guy
good friend.
from
Yeah,
Norway.
right.
Yeah. And he
Yeah,
passed
yeah.
away last year.
Yeah, I was sorry to hear that. I did hear about that. He was a very good friend of yours. How did he
Yeah.
get you out though? Like what happened? How was he did
Pardon me?
you have to how did he get you out? Like did you have to do a whole
Well, it's
escape thing
interesting
or
because it just shows how something very tiny. I mean, you have to get, I was in this mind control cult. That's why I call it the Scientology Truman Show, because you're just
yeah.
surrounded by Scientologists. They've cut out anybody who's against Scientology.
Yeah.
So that's all you know is Scientology. And then my auditor had asked me to open these phony accounts. I said, what are you going to do with them? And he said, I'm not going to tell you because they'll put you in deposition and you don't want that. And he was my auditor, so I trusted him. So I said,
Mm.
okay. So I opened these accounts, but that gave me access to the internet, right? Because I was opening these accounts for him. And then he would use the accounts. I didn't know what he was doing. They got weirder and weirder. And so I
Mm.
started looking on the internet, which they had me totally terrified about the internet and that it would drive you insane. And these people are really evil and all this stuff. So I was like, okay, I won't look at it. I won't. And so finally I thought, I've got to go look at it because they're acting too weird. And the day I looked, and this was way back when they just had news groups. So they weren't like websites. It was just like one news group. It was called Alt Religion Scientology.
Yeah.
And they
Yeah.
would put up a topic. Let's say they said L. Ron Hubbard's a liar.
I've
And then,
been on it. Yeah, I've seen it.
yeah, and then nobody
Yeah.
would say anything. So then he would come on as Joe Smith and say, no, he
Right.
isn't. And nobody would say anything. So then he'd come on as Mary Jones, and he had like 10 different identities. And their goal was to drive the topic down the news group onto the second
Right.
page, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So anyway, long story short, they ended up throwing me under the bus. I got mad at them. So I was like, all right, I'm done with OSA. I'm not going to help you guys, nothing. And
Mm.
but I missed what I call the cowboys. It was like you guys, all the critics that they could talk, they could think, they could do what they wanted to. In Scientology, it's like a triangle, and they sell it like you're going to be more OT and more free and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
The truth is they cut out your freedoms the higher you go. So by
Yeah.
the top, you're just screwed up. You can't look at anything, you can't read anything, you can't talk. So my
Mhm.
thing was like, I missed the cowboys and I wanted to go, which is the critics. So I wanted
Yeah.
to go hang with them. So I got on the internet and I just started making 4,000 posts in 2 weeks. I made 4,000 posts. I was just on it
Wow.
all day, all night, to the point where the critics thought first of all, they thought I was a group of Scientology people. Then they thought, no, it's David Miscavige and he's running. Then I was on it so long and I would go off of it at 4 a.m, which is 5, 6, 7 in Clearwater. And 7
Mm.
o'clock in Clearwater is muster, which is when they start their day. So then they said,
Right.
oh, it's really all of the Flag Land Base Sea Org. They're the ones that are writing all these posts. And it was really just me in my dining room. But anyway, long story short, how Andreas helped me is he said, I knew how to copy paste. So somebody would say something creepy and I would copy paste it. And in between it would be like, let's say T says something and then Tori says something. And in between it were all these arrows to say, this is T, this is Tori, this is T, this is Tori. And I thought, oh, who needs all these stupid arrows? So I'd erase them, right? So Andreas was a computer geek and he wrote me and he
Right.
said, look, nobody can understand you. You're not formatting what you're posting. And I didn't even know what formatting was. So I said, Andreas, I don't know what formatting is. So he taught me and he helped me and it worked. And
Yeah,
I just
right.
thought, oh my God, this is like the devil of the universe and he's helping me, right? So my mom always taught me if somebody helps you, write them a little thank you note. And they had the
Yeah.
little blue email up in the corner. And I thought, this is how brainwashed I was. I'm in my house. Nobody's here. I'm all by myself. It's in the daytime. And I look around like, could anybody see this? And then I hit the little blue link and I go, Dear Andreas, thank you for helping me, Magoo. Right? And he writes back, and I think he's going to write something really horrible because they've said he's really horrible. He's really evil. And he writes back and he says, you're welcome. Best wishes, Andreas Helderlin. And he had his complete address, his complete phone number, and
Wow.
his cell phone number. And I thought, now, wait a minute. Here's the devil with his complete transparent information.
Yeah.
And Scientology are using phony names, phony addresses, lying,
Yeah.
all this. So that was the beginning of it. And then,
Wow.
I asked him, why do you have up this stuff about Scientology? And he said, I believe in truth. I believe in looking at both sides, and I have the courage to say what I think. I don't think
Yeah.
Scientologists are bad. They're just misinformed. I suggest you
Exactly.
start reading. And so I had never read anything on the internet. So, and I wanted to go back in the Sea Org, and Mary Tabayoyan, who's now passed away, but she had a link up, ladies, if you're thinking of joining the Sea Org, read this. And I clicked on it, and it was all about enforced abortions, which
Wow.
the public didn't know. I don't even know if they do to this day, but they certainly didn't then. I didn't know they did that. And it was all about how they made her get an abortion, how she went to the clinic, and then how they made her be on post the next day. And I
Yeah.
just couldn't stop crying. I just was like crying and crying and crying for like 4 hours. And I finally wrote Andreas and I said, I can't talk to anyone. If anybody knows I'm leaving, uh-oh.
That's all
Oh,
right.
you-
I'm still here. Sorry. It was just my son coming in.
What was that?
Oh, my son was coming in, so I don't want to show him on camera.
Oh.
Yeah.
Should we go?
I actually forgot it was early pickup today. I was meant to pick him up from school.
Okay, I'm sorry. Anyway, well,
No,
that's how he helps. That's how
He's
he helps.
here. He's here. He's alive.
That's
Was
how he
that
helps.
Mary Tabber? I can't say the surname. Tabagnon or something. You mentioned.
Mary Tabayoyan.
Did she have a husband called? Was it Andy?
Yes.
Or something? Yeah. Okay.
Andre.
I've seen him put something up, like he did an affidavit, I think, because there was a court case, wasn't there? With there was Tonya Burden as well. I found her affidavit, and I was making a video about that. Do you remember
He was
Tonya
in
Burden?
it. But he was helping.
Yeah.
He is out of Scientology, right?
Yeah. But there was do you remember Tonya Burden? I think her name was
I don't.
Tonya or Tonja Burden, and she was put in the cadet org at age 13 to 18, and I think she was on the Apollo and stuff like that. I don't know.
Right.
That might have been Jerry Armstrong. I think there was a court case with Jerry Armstrong, and a few people came forward and put in affidavits.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
and
that
she
was
was one of
probably
the-
Andrew. Yeah. Or Andre. That's his name.
Andre. Yeah. Well, I better wrap it up anyway and go and sort my
Well, good for you. You are
sort my
like
son out.
you are the activist. I'm really proud of you. Thank you for everything
Oh, thank you.
you're doing.
Well,
I mean,
no thanks needed. It's just the right thing to do, isn't it? And I just would love some more Aussies to jump on board and come out and protest with us. The weather's beautiful at the moment, and there's lots to do. There's lots of stuff behind the scenes as well. If anyone wants to help with anything or has any suggestions or would just like to get in touch and ask questions, my email is perthaudit@gmail.com. It's also on
you
my
should start some kind of a thing where they can connect up with you.
Yeah, I do have a Facebook group as well, but I screen people before they come in because I know there's Scientologists trying to get in there.
That's good. That's good.
So add me on Facebook. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram. I'm on TikTok.
Ah, wow.
All the socials you can find me. So
And see if you can connect up with Dave.
Yes, absolutely. I definitely will.
I think you would really like him.
Do you have an email address for him, or is he like a?
I don't.
got a
I just know
channel?
I always connect with him on Facebook.
Oh, okay. So Dave is David Gibbons.
Dave Gibbons, Gibbons.
Okay, I'll look him up on Facebook then.
And
I'll see if
he's
you've got
also
him on.
often on here, but it's usually later at night, like around now.
Yeah.
He'll come on.
Yeah. All right. I better go anyway. Thank you so much, Tori, for
All
having
right,
me
well,
on.
thank you
And
so much.
and it was lovely to just lovely to be on your channel. And goodbye, everyone, and take care and stay in touch. And please like and subscribe. Get the awareness out.
All right. Well, you have
All right.
fun. And thank you so much
Okay.
for coming on.
Thank you for having me. Lots of love. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
See ya.
All right. And it says, and Ozzy O says, Tori, have you seen any change from the public in your area? Oh, definitely. Definitely. I mean, it's been dramatic. Drew and I talk about it because we were around when, we couldn't even go near them, and anyway, it's a long story, but yeah, they've changed a lot. And that's thanks to everybody doing everything that they're doing, because it's so many people watching them. You know what I mean? And I just think they can't handle it. And let's see, have you seen any change from the public in your area about Scientology? Yeah, a ton. That's the other thing. Drew and I were saying it last night. We were out there and we used to say, I would say, don't get in Scientology. It's worse than you think. And people used to say, well, they have a right to believe what they want to believe. And I'd say, look, I'm not talking about beliefs. I'm talking about physical abuse. They stop free speech. They break up families, medical abuse. They rope in young kids to billion-year contracts, fraud, just the whole thing. And I'd say, if you're for that, let me know. And they'd always say, no, I'm not for that. But at the first, they would be like, well, they have a right to believe what they want to believe. You know what I mean? Whereas now I'll go, don't get into Scientology. It's worse than you think. And they go, oh, hell no. And that's almost that one for one, everyone that we talk to. So there you go. So anyway, thank you for coming on. Thank you, Kelly, for coming on. Thank you, every single person. I'm bad with names, so I can't remember all the names, but thank you for my moderators. Thank you for the people that came on. And definitely, yes, absolutely. Marcy, thank you. I don't know why I keep thinking she has a different name. But anyway, thank you, Kelly, for reminding me. And thank you for both of you coming on and being moderators, and all the people coming on and listening. And T, thank you. It was really great. I mean, wow, what a person. I'm really happy that you turned me on to her. Thank you very much, Kelly. I really appreciate it. Let me see if there's one more. There's one more star thing. Is there? No, I think we got them all, right? Did I? All right. All right. I think I'm going to sign off. Thank you all and have a wonderful rest of the week. And I will see you. Today is Monday, so probably Wednesday. Either Wednesday or Friday. I'm not sure, but it's coming up. All right. Peace out.